Okay, now we're ready to do what I call the arrow pattern or dagger pattern, where we go back and forth on the same stick at a very sharp angle. Like before, unwrap what we did as a temporary tie. Cut this inch or so long. I always have a little bowl where I throw my scraps. You don't want them to get all over your rug and big mess to pick up. Okay, same way. Twist over the tails that are left before. Push that tail around to the back. Second time around. Shove everything up so it's right next to what we did before. This time we're going straight across over to the other side. And we pay attention to what it looks like on the back, that this line goes straight across. What it looks like on the back is going to affect what's on the front, the critical part. Twice around. Shoving this up a little in the back. Now on this pattern, because it's a much sharper angle, it's going to be pulling in the yarn more than on this less sharp angle. So it's more critical to shove in the back. Maybe even pull out in the front. And like with the diamond that we just finished, we see that we cross the yarns, cross each other right along the top of the sticks. Twice around, holding this and shoving up a little bit over to the other side. Twist it so that we're working with that topmost stick, the one we're working on, pointing towards us and away from us. Wrap around, see that it's not overlapping. Essentially, when we leave the stick that we're leaving onto the next, you see that we leave it right from the top of that stick, not from somewhere else so that it overlaps, but it's fully right next to the and continuing the first wraparound we did the stick, and then over to the next, not the next stick, to the opposite end of the same stick. That way we get that nice crossing of the yarn right along the top of the sticks. And if it isn't quite there, you can just, it is, but you can twist it a little bit and get it to where you want it. Now it's hard for me to say how tight am I pulling this yarn. Well, tight enough to keep straight lines, but not so tight that you're going to like be stressed out about it and get the yarn too close together, the yarn getting thinner and thinner. You want the yarn to look about the same as it looks when it's on the roll, but not so that when you go like this, it pops back into place too. You don't want it so loose that it's going to bow out on you. This just experiment with. Practice will get you to get that right tension, and then that's part of the paying attention of making these. Keep that same tension throughout your work. You know, you start daydreaming, watching TV, suddenly you're not pulling the yarn as tight, and you're getting bows instead of straight lines. It's a meditation. It's a constant awareness of all these different little things as we strive for perfection. That perfection that only you will know all the little steps and stages that it took to make it, but somebody looking at it will say, wow, that's beautifully done. So keep practicing with that. Go as far as you feel you need to. Unwind as much as you need to. If your pattern is bunched up or curved or don't have the texture you want, keep practicing. You add on your second color in your arrow pattern after you've gone to the other stick. Don't do two colors on one stick and then two colors on the other stick. Do the brown here, the dark brown here, then the lighter brown here, the same color here, unless you're doing different colors, but back and forth. And we only go 3 or 4 wraps, 3 or 4 rows of yarn. It gets too bunched out. And when you make that second row after you've done on the other stick, you see that it comes straight across here. If it doesn't, I shove it in. And it doesn't add on outside wider and wider to the colors before, but goes right on top of it. And so that next color gradually goes behind the first color that you made. This is the look that we're looking for. Perfection, and you try to get it so that it disappears evenly on both sides behind your diamond pattern, that the yarns cross right on top of the stick. Look for those things, practice, and then you'll be ready for what this little series of videos is really about: making a 12-sided 24-inch Ojo de Dios.